guys, so I'm sat down next to the bike here and I'm actually sat at the gearbox. It's quite warm, so it seems like quite a good thing to do on this rainy day. Look, on my phone here, what I did last night is I prepped up some statistics and we're going to go through them so that you're under no illusions of what this bike actually is. I'm not an expert at motorcycles, of course, we know that, right? But whilst I'm getting warm off the gearbox, I've got to ride this bike back now for about an hour and a half. So again, you know, some fast roads, but really the roads as they are, there's only so much I can do with the bike, which is brilliant. I want to see whether really I could tour on something like this. The S1000XR is designed that because the S1000XR, you can put a pack on the back here, you can put hard luggage. On this you can't, you can only put soft luggage. Now I use soft luggage, but what you can do is swap out the back end of this for the back end of the S1000 if you got hard luggage. I don't use hard luggage and I only go by myself. So statistics then, this bike is 201 brake horsepower. At 12,750 RPM. I haven't got to that yet. Oh, well, maybe I did, I don't know. The torque is 113 Newton meters, that appears at 11,000 RPM. Now, the thing is, in first gear, the end of first gear, in all honesty, you can be doing 150 kilometers per hour or 90 miles an hour at the end of first. So I ran around Cheltenham in first gear. The thing is, first gear can be quite twitchy, I found in road mode. So I probably sat in second gear, seemed a little bit better, but you know, who cares, right? It will do first gear happily up to 90, ridiculous. Now, that takes 7.4 seconds. And here's the thing about that 7.4 seconds. The S version, remember this is the MXR, the SXR, which has 170 brake horsepower, 168. That will do that 0 to 125 miles per hour in 1.6 seconds less than this. There's not much in it when you think about it. They've changed the cam on this and they've got, as opposed to the S1000RR, this is the engine from the S1000RR, the race bike. But of course, what they've also done in, I think, 4th, 5th, 6th, they've shortened the gears down. You can be in first gear all the time and it's just amazing. I love it, personally. However, yes, it is faster than the SXR by about 1.6 seconds. Who cares? But the thing about this, guys, I'll be honest with you, this is 211 kilograms dry, 227 wet, the same as my 800 GS. The engine on this is 999. My engine on mine is 895. This is GS, of course, it's 87 brake horsepower. This is 201. That to me is amazing. How do you get a bike so light? It's incredible. Now remember, this is not the M package on this. It makes a difference. This is the standard bike, the standard MXR without the M package. Now what does the M package give you? Well, the M package will give you carbon wheels.
The bike just feels absolutely planted, it really does, in a way that even my GS doesn't feel planted like this. This feels super stuck to the road, gives you a huge amount of confidence. And this turning, whatever's happening with these bars, like here, I'll offset visibility, I'm just turning in, the bike's like, yeah, I'm with you, yeah, I want to go that way as well. Like, there's almost no pressure on the bars, I don't need to counter steer or anything, it sort of does it for me. I sort of look, and it's already in the corner, it's counter steering for me. I should probably look up what that was, I didn't read anything about that at all. But the bike just wants to be here, it wants to be here. It's just the most surreal thing. And I love it, it's brilliant, whatever they've done, it's just amazing.
It also gives you carbon rear sets and things like that, and also gives you carbon stuff up here, you know, all that stuff, all right? Why is that important? Well, I'll tell you, it gives you brake levers and everything else. Now, why is that important? Well, the wheels, if you got them by themselves, the carbon wheels, 2,200 pounds, yeah, 2,200, which means all the carbony stuff here and all the carbony stuff up here, well, that's going to cost you £2,800. I don't see how that's justifiable. I don't know how they do that personally. Probably get some aftermarket stuff to do that for you if you wanted it. Right, so that's a £5 package for the M package on the M1000XR. This is a standard M1000XR. Now this bike from BMW is about 19,500 pounds, something like that, 19,950. And it's got about 1,000 miles on it, and I'm doing about 100 miles on it today because they've given it to me for the day. Now, it's got a full tank of gas in there. I've used quite a bit of it. 20 litres is what you've got in here, which is good. A lot of bikes only have 15. 4 litres in reserve. Now, here's the thing. This is really important because the S1000RR, the race bike, That's got a 16.4 litre tank with 4 litres reserve. So this actually has about 3.6 litres more than the race bike, which is quite interesting. So you've got a bit of a touring range on this. However, we'll talk about touring in a minute. Now, what else we got? 850 seat height is an interesting one. When I came out of Cheltenham today, guys, putting my foot on the ground, I realised I was higher up, if that makes sense. 850 is quite a bit for seat height. My 800 GS is 815. Easy, put both feet down. This, I'm not on the balls on my feet as such, but I've got to think about it. And the issue with that is any kind of slippery material, that kind of stuff, you got to think about it, that's all. But I'll be honest with you, it's easier to ride slow on this thing than it is on my what would be the 850 GS. I've got the 800 GS, same bike, 750, 850, 800 GS, all the same thing. It's easier to ride slowly on this thing. I've been riding around this car park. Look, this is gravel city, guys. I've been riding around here. It's easier to ride on this gravel than it is on my GS. This has got the sporty tyres on, and my GS has got, you know, 70-30 tyres. That probably says a lot about my ability of going off-road with my bike. Suspension travels 138 mils all round, and then the riding modes, and we're pretty much done here. Rain, road, dynamic, race, race pro 1, 2, 3. It's got a whole world of electronic stuff, as you know, guys. It's got the traction control, ABS, everything you'd expect, 6-axis IMU. Now, here, I'm going to leave you with this now. I'm going to talk about the price in a second, but one thing I want to just clarify whilst we're sat here in the light rain is I think it's easier. I think it's wrong. I think it's safer. I think this bike is safer than my Aprilia RS660. And I know you'll be like, oh, that's rubbish, Tim. Your Aprilia's only got 100 brake horsepower. This has got 200. Listen to what I'm saying here.
Right, let's go first then. Let's try first, shall we? Yeah, you feel the cams. You feel the cams. You do feel the cams.
I'll see if I can bring up a diagram to help you out. On my Aprilia, I'm trying to get up to a speed that is excitable for me. I'm trying to get up to my, 75, 80 miles an hour on the road, that kind of stuff, which we shouldn't do, but you kind of overswing that 60 or whatever. Don't you? The problem is on some roads, by the time I get to that speed, I'm already at the corner. That makes sense. So I'm up to the speed. There's my corner. I've got to start braking off the brakes. Sorry, off the throttle. I'm off the throttle. The bike's going forward. I'm on the brakes, going forward some more. So I'm unbalancing the bike, visibility into the corner, tucking off the bike in, a bit of shaky, and I'm in the corner. Now with this thing, I don't need to accelerate. I'm at the speed already. I'm at the speed very early on. As I come out of the corner, I'm coming up at the speed. Brilliant. Now I've got all the time in the world now to look long, plan my braking, plan my visibility, look at contaminants on the road, gravel, all that kind of stuff. On the RS, I don't. You see what I mean? Does that make sense? Because RS is slower. So by the time I think about those things, I'm sitting up and I'm at the point at which I need to think about the things. This thing, I don't. It just felt so secure and planted. Aquaphobic exhaust obviously comes as standard. It just felt everything, even under braking. I just felt this is such an absolutely planted machine. People say, do you need that much power? And of course, no, but you do in order to be safer. The problem I've got with this systematic approach to an undefined variable by definition is the problem I'm having with riding motorcycles. This makes it simpler. I know some people won't understand that. Someone wrote in the comments, they're like, a lot of people aren't understanding you, Tim, because obviously flying fast jets, teaching people to fly fast jets. My wife said last night, she goes, but your brain is moving at the 6th order effect all the time. And motorcycling brings that back to me, it brings back what the flying did. I've always said to people, you can't live at the level a Typhoon or F-35 pilot is living at in Civvy world now. You can't live at that. You can't, it doesn't work for you, you won't be able to. You're either flying jets or you're not flying jets. And this feels like I'm going back into flying jets. Well, the RS660 did. This thing I'm more chilled out on. Does it mean I should buy this and get rid of the RS660? Probably. Does it mean I'm going to spend this much money on it? Probably not. Right, as I said, this bike was 20 grand. Now, brand new, this bike is 23,125. I actually put some options on it last night though. We'll go through the options. And I only put like £600 worth of option on it, a bigger screen. I think that screen up there is from the SXR, that screen, because the MXR screen is a little bit shorter, so you've got a good screen on there. And I put a couple of extra bits and pieces, and it wasn't much, like £600 worth of stuff, because it's so loaded up already. But if you want the carbon pack, so you want to track the bike, you want easier turning, and you don't want easier turning because this thing just goes in. You look at a corner, something's happening to these handlebars. You look and you're in, you're at. It's an amazing thing to think about. Some lovely houses around here. Well done, mate, well done. I love people that actually, look at that, beautiful, that actually, you know, manage to succeed and build a lovely house for their family. I've got a lot of time for that. People that, look, build lovely houses, it's amazing. Congratulations. I honestly think that. It's like, you've done well. You've done well, you provided for your family. That's the aim of a man, and I think that's great. So this bike, and I will talk a bit more about it in a minute, but I just feel this is like an adult version of the RS660. Yeah, it's got twice as much power. I think I worked it out last night. The RS660 is 183 kilograms and has 100 brake horsepower. This is twice as much brake horsepower, but it's 227 kilograms, I think, something like that. So it's a bit more weight, but it's twice as much power. But for some reason, this bike just feels. I said, what an adventure bike! Hey, adventure bike! Oh, you child babies! Let's see if I can park it up somewhere nice, because I don't want to. I don't know where I can park this without getting stolen. It's just the bike. It's almost like the bike is steering for you. It can see the corners, and it's like, you want to be there, mate. All right, makes it really easy. Very wide bars, really easy to just get itself visibility situated. I'm in. I'm not even hanging off the bike. I'm in. It's amazing. All right. But if you want a faster turn-in, 28,000. Oh, mate, 28 grand. That's a lot of money. If it's your only bike though, it makes a lot of sense. I'd pick one up with 10,000 miles on, take the hit. And there's the thing, would you go for the S or the M? I love this M. When I get back, I'm going to speak to Stephen Guest, who gave me the bike. He's from Cheltenham BMW. If you go and see Stephen, say you saw Tim's video, Stephen will hook you up. Obviously, he'll sort you out with the best bikes you want. I don't get any commission. I bloody wish I did. Tell them to pay me commission. Cotswold, Cheltenham BMW, Stephen Guest, go and see him. Now, I'll speak to Steve when I get back, and I'll say to him, what's the difference between this M and the S then? Because on the S, I didn't feel like the bike was wanting me to be in the corner and was stabilising me in the corner. It's not a rake angle issue. It's not a bar length issue. I don't know what it is. The S, I didn't feel that. If you've got an S, do you feel that? Do you feel that as soon as you counter steer on the bars, you're in the corner? Do you know what I mean? It's like you just have to think about it and you're in. It doesn't happen on my GS, or the RS in fact. But on this, it does. It's just perfect. You're like, oh, I'm in the corner now, nicely lent, and I'm static, and I'm steady, and everything's great, visibility's great. On this, it does that. It's almost like, I wouldn't be surprised. I went home now, didn't touch the handlebars, and just looked into the corner, and I could get myself home. It's really kind of mesmerizing if you haven't ridden an MXR. And it's zingy. Like, in a way, the S was zingy. But this, especially the top 3 gears, there's something about it it feels very different to the SXR. But would I have an SXR or this? Oh, you know, you're having a huge saving. You're having about 5 grand saving on the S over the M at the base level. So yeah, would you have that? I don't know. The main thing really, all I can say, this is 200 brake. It's the S1000XR engine, slightly different cam profile. I personally, over the S, would take this M. Davies, why do you say that, mate? Because you can't carry luggage on it. What's the point? I just think when you get to those twisties, you'd really want this over the S. And it sounds ridiculous. The S is a great bike. I think you'd really want this. I think the confidence that this gives you with good rubber on the back, which this is great. I don't even know what they've got on the back. I didn't even know. It's a Continental Attack 2, I think. Conti Race Attack 2 tyre. The confidence I'm getting from these, I would just take this bike as a one bike forever bike, track it, tour it. You're slightly forwards, more so than I felt on the S, but it's probably the same seating position. That seat is brilliant, by the way. You're sort of snugged into the back of this thing here, snugged into there. Really good seat. And I'll tell you something else. Let me show you this right now. wouldn't believe this, right? So you think, well, I'm on a really sporty bike. What's going on? Well, let me get the keys out here. I've got so many keys on me at the moment. Here's the keys. Now, at the back here, you've got this lock. This is what's so fascinating. Let me just do this. Now, pops up. Look at this. Let me just put this on sideways. Can you see this space here? I don't know if you can see the space here. Look, you can put something in there if you wanted, some document set. But look, I've got a lock here I brought with me, just a little screamy lock. This is my microphone for the exhaust. Look at the space there. This is like a little pouch. Look, if I get my phone out, hold on, I'll get my phone out, I'll show you. This is a slightly bigger phone than normal. But that's how deep that is in there. Look at that. Yeah? You can put anything in there, mate. You've got an extra USB there. I think, oh, you've got a bin up here. You've got a USB there. That's interesting. USB's there on this model. That's interesting. On my GS, it's up front. But you could literally charge devices there. But how many sports bikes have a recess here? Look at that. That's just amazing. And so I got, you know, you put a lock in there, put a padlock in there, and you think, well, Tim, padlock's not going to make a difference. Well, mate, I'm not being funny. I'm at Burford Garden Centre, mate. I'm not expecting a massive criminal bike stealing fraternity here. But either way, you can put something in there. You could put a padlock. Yeah, you couldn't put one of the big ones in there, but you know, you've got enough in there, right? Right, so let's get back on it. Let's head back home.